You're a fucking loser. You live in your mom's basement. You probably have a 2-inch cock. You sound like a white guy.
Congratulations.
For what?
You said you got a girlfriend.
You're probably a virgin.
So that's a no for Netflix and chill?
Fuck you.
So I'm curious. Tell me about your show. What do you talk about?
I talk about how women ain't shit.
Oh.
What's up, guys? It's your man, Donovan Sharpe, and welcome to the 679th edition of TSR Live. I'm sorry, the 769th edition of TSR Live, your daily dose of toxic masculinity. Pardon me. Today you guys get Vice City. You guys get Vice City Donovan. I'm kind of every once in a while I do kind of like to mix things up a little bit in terms of my look. I actually liked the way it looked when I was on with Coach EO the other day, and I said, you know what? I think I'll mix this into the rotation every now and again just to kind of change things up. So I don't know. I'll go Vice City Donovan like every 10 days or something like that. We are multicasting as always live and simultaneously to I don't know what that was. That's weird. Okay. Anyway, we are streaming live, multicasting to Twitch, Facebook, YouTube, mgtow.tv, manosphere.tv, DLive, and of course, in crystal clear, high-resolution 4K to Sharpe stream. So however you're watching, wherever you're watching from, thank you for making the Sharpe Reality Live a part of your daily routine. It is... I don't know what the date is. It is... God, I don't even know what day it is. It is Wednesday, August 18th of 2021. It is good to have you guys in today. Have a fantastic, fantastic show in store for you guys today. All sorts of shenanigans, all sorts of hijinks, all sorts of nonsense. It was a lot of fun. Got into a little bit of a heated debate last night and decided, hey, you know what? Why not talk about it? Why not talk about it today? Why not talk about it? Guys, be sure to get your hands on my free ebook, 16 Ways to Immediately Disqualify Her for a Long-Term Relationship. This ebook contains the very best advice a man can have in terms of which women to stay away from. There are 16 no bones about it, guaranteed deal breakers in this book. If a woman has any of these characteristics or habits, do not commit. 99% of guys who get cheated on, they never see it coming, and it's because 100% of them miss these obvious signs that he should have never committed in the first place. Do not be that guy. Get your hands on this ebook. It is absolutely free. Go to donovansharpe.com/newsletter, plug in your very best email, and the book is yours free of charge. If you want exclusive access to my premium content, become a patron at patreon.com/donovansharpe. There, you will find my entire archive from the very first episode, Sharpe Shorts, Q&A, videos banned from just about every platform out there, including yesterday's video about Lizzo. That one got blocked by YouTube, and it is now on Patreon. Access to Sharpe Stream, as well as huge discounts on courses. Patrons also have the option to upgrade their membership to get access to the podcast versions of my live streams in both audio and video, so you can watch at your leisure or listen on the go at the gym or at work. Remember to use earbuds or headphones if you do not want to get fired. That's real talk. Hang on. If you do not want to get...
Yoga claim.
Oops. If you don't want to get...
Yoga fired.
Yeah, yoga fired. There we go. A little slow on the uptake. Podcast versions are free of all the small talk, free of all the jibber jabber, free of all the shilling, free of all of that terrible grifting a lot of you like to complain about. So if you want just the steak and potatoes without all the extra fluff, upgrade your membership today. I guess I'll go ahead and I'm going to go ahead and address this right off the bat because a lot of people want me to speak on this Aubin Preach versus Fresh and Fit. I'm not doing it.
Nope.
I'm not speaking on it. I have my reasons, but the main reasons are that I have tremendous respect for both parties. That's the first reason. The second reason is that I'm not going to get involved with drama. Okay, this is man versus man. They're men; they can handle it amongst themselves. A lot of you guys out there tell me, well, man, you have a responsibility to speak on this. No, fuck off and fuck you. I don't have to do anything. You see, what a lot of guys have been doing, inboxing me an email, oh, you have a responsibility, you got to speak on this, you got to respond to this. This has nothing to do with me. This has nothing to do with me. The reason you guys want me to talk about it has nothing to do with responsibility. You guys just want the drama. You guys just want you guys just want the drama. And I'm not doing that. So anyone who chats about it, hey, I want you to speak on, you're going to get timed out. If you do it again, you're going to get blocked. You're going to get blocked. I understand that some people want to hear me speak on certain things, but most of the time when niggas try to, hey, Donovan, you need to speak on this, y'all are just looking for drama. There are other channels that cover that kind of stuff on the regular. You can go and subscribe to them. One such channel is the, wait a minute. Oh, I got this wrong. Hang on a second. So one such channel is, give me a second, I need to get to it here. This is who I made the appearance on yesterday. Give me a second here. No, that's not it. Where the hell did it go? Where did it go? Well, the lead attorney, there he is. The lead attorney. The lead attorney is a great channel to go to. And he doesn't get all involved in the drama. That's just not who he does. That's not what he does. What this guy does is he has candid conversations about current events. That's really what it is. That's what he does. So if you want all of the rhetoric, all of the back and forth, and the interesting thing about the lead attorney is, and I've subscribed to him. Go subscribe to this guy. He's an up and coming YouTuber, up and coming content creator. And what he does is he'll have different people come onto the show and give their take on the things that are going on, namely what's going on between Fresh and Fit and Abba and Preach. So if you guys want all that stuff, he did a 7-hour live stream yesterday. He's definitely a gangster for that. But I'm not going to speak on it. This is the last time I'm going to this is the last time I'm going to address it, and then that's going to be that. So that's that. Okay, so what I'm going to do. So of course, shortly, I'm going to break down the debate that I was in on the lead attorney's channel yesterday. But first, we need to discuss. Let me hang on a second. There we go. So I'd like to discuss an article, and it's the interesting thing is that this article was sent to me by both Kevin Samuels and Devin. The interesting thing is that they sent it to me at the same time. And so I'm going to talk about this. So here we go. So the article was posted on the New York Post. It's actually been in a couple of other places. Give me a second. It's actually been posted in quite a few places, actually, as far as I know. The article is "Woman on a Date Stunned When a Stranger Passes Her a Note Telling Her to Run." This was written, yesterday. It was written yesterday. So the article starts, it says, a woman's date. Give me a second. Let me blow this up a little bit here. My apologies. There we go. A woman's date night in Virginia took a wild turn when a stranger passed her a note telling her to, quote, run from her companion because of too many red flags. Her description of the bizarre warning amassed thousands of likes on Twitter before the gal locked her account, the Daily Mail reported. The now hidden tweet posted over the weekend by Hadia S. recounted the rendezvous, and the rendezvous started innocently enough as Hadia, I guess that's her name, joined a man for a coffee date. However, when her date got up to go to the bathroom, the quote gay guy sitting behind her passed her a note scribbled on the back of a CVS receipt the woman recalled. An accompanying photo shows the message, which cautioned, "Too many red flags, run, be safe, girl." And there, of course, is the note. The Shutter Island-esque incident has made waves on Twitter, with many users imploring Hadia to divulge more details of the date, specifically with regard to the, quote, red flags in question. This is Hadia, good-looking girl, good-looking woman. Hadia has since obliged in a series of follow-up tweets. One of the warning signs she recounted was that the two didn't see, quote, eye to eye on the recent scandal involving rapper DaBaby, who sparked outrage earlier this month over blankophobic remarks, although she didn't specify which side she took on the issue. That's interesting. Very interesting. Another involved the mystery man's alleged support of Kevin Samuels, a YouTube dating guru who reportedly urged his male followers to make misogynistic and even violent comments toward women. Let me go ahead and stop right there. Those of you guys who have followed me for any amount, a good amount of time, you know that Kevin, he's one of my closest friends. I've known him now going on 5 years. We talk every day, sometimes 2 or 3 times a day. We talk about strategies. We talk about current events. Kevin has never, ever, ever, ever steered me in the wrong direction. Every time Kevin gives me a call, I listen because I know that he's about to drop some knowledge on me. In the 5 years I have known Kevin, this isn't to say that Kevin can't defend himself, right? This isn't to say Kevin can't defend himself, because trust me, he most certainly can. But Kevin is not an advocate for misogyny or violent comments toward women. This is not rhetoric. These are just lies. These are just lies. This is a lie. Kevin Samuels does not urge his followers to make misogynistic or violent comments towards women. Kevin has always said, he has always maintained, even when he was on Tasha K, he said, look, man, men and women are better together. And you want to know something? Tasha K, I think she co-signed on Kevin. That was a candid interview. Both people were honest and forthright. Tasha K asked him the tough questions. He answered the tough questions. And in the end, Tasha K agreed, hey, you know what? I understand why you do what you do, and I am on your side. If Tasha K signs off on him, then I would imagine that most everyone else would. Unfortunately, that's not the case. The article continues. However, despite recognizing the, quote, red flags early on, Hadia said she ultimately decided against aborting the date, and as she wanted to debate Mr. Wrong on the issues they disagreed on. Well, let me stop right there. Okay. I say this all the time. I even covered it in Womanese. I think it was volume 4. Red flags for men are not the same as red flags for women. A man who has red flags is a man that women are attracted to. That's just how it is. Sexual attraction is asymmetrical. If it arouses women, it does not arouse. If it arouses women, it generally does not arouse men, at least not for long-term relationships. So, for example, if a man has tattoos, that qualifies him for every kind of relationship with her, from one-night stand all the way to love and marriage. If a girl has tattoos, okay, she might qualify for a one-night stand, maybe even a friends with benefits arrangement, but any man worth his salt is not going to take a woman with tattoos seriously because he already knows who she is, right? A man with a criminal record is arousing to women. A woman with a criminal record, not arousing to men. Again, we know that women are sexually attracted to violent men. We hear story after story of men who are accused of heinous violent crimes. They get wedding proposals, they get conjugal visits from strangers, they have fan clubs, they have groupies. Even Charles Manson had a wife the day he died. I think he was probably married twice while he was in prison. Nicholas Cruz of Marjorie Stoneman Douglas had girls sending him naked pictures. Listen, I'm not saying it's right. This is the nature of women. Again, women are neither good nor bad. They just are. Well, Hadia verifies this. Even though there were, quote, red flags early on, she decided against 86ing the date under the guise of wanting to debate Mr. Wrong on the issues they agreed on. Yeah, I'm calling bullshit.
Stop the cap.
Hadia was with a good-looking guy. She was with a good-looking guy. And anytime a guy has red flags, that intrigues women. Those are the facts. The article continues. She recognized that her inaction likely didn't sit well with her note passing protector, joking in a subsequent tweet, "I'm sure my guardian angel was exhausted and was like, female dog, leave." Nonetheless, Hadia insists that the words of warning were, quote, greatly appreciated and added some laughs to my night, adding that there won't be a second date.
Stop the cap.
Yeah, that's real cute. And again, Hadia can't tell everyone that she's going to go on a second date with this guy because, well, everyone thinks this guy is horrible because he's a quote-unquote Kevin Samuels fan. There's no way to verify that she's not still dating this guy. And you want to know something? I'll bet she still is. I'll bet she still is dating this guy. I bet she is. Suffice it to say, the impromptu dating advice split social media with many seconding the Samaritan's message. Run, please. He's probably in a group chat rating you on a scale of 1 to 10. One ride or die supporter wrote, Kevin Samuels fan is a 100% red flag. However, others thought Hadia was unfairly condemning her date for having different opinions. Oh, the voice of reason. Imagine that. So because he had his own opinion on people and subjects which don't directly align, or better yet, comply with yours, his personality strikes you as toxic, wrote one skeptic. This is the first time a Samaritan has used a well-timed note to warn women of a potential wackadoo in their midst. In June, a vigilant Florida bartender saved 2 women from being hit on by a creepy customer by passing them a note disguised as a receipt. Holy cannoli. What this comes down to, gentlemen, is that now we have to contend with other men now actively sabotaging us. Like, never mind that men are already vulnerable. They put themselves in an unfavorable position when they actually go out on dates with women. Now we having men around watching a guy with a little bit of game. Maybe he's a masculine guy. Maybe he's doing all the ordering. Now we got these white knights sliding notes to these unsuspecting women. Run, girl, too many red flags. This is what we're dealing with. But surprisingly, I'll tell you this, if you're on a date with a woman and somebody slides her a note telling her to run because you have too many red flags, guess what, family? You're doing it right. Red flags are more or less defined as a man acting like a man. A man verbally putting a woman in her place, that's a red flag. That's Ivisuba spelled backwards behavior. A man ordering for his woman at a restaurant and not allowing her to, Ivisuba behavior. Run, girl, that's a red flag. He's jealous, controlling, blah, 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 blah. Any man who exhibits raw masculinity in the face of an entire culture who has bent over backwards to quite literally legislate against it, those men are thought of as misogynistic. Those men are thought of as toxic. Those men are thought of as jealous, controlling, etc., etc. And that is all there is to it. So yeah, we can sit here and condemn these men for passing these women notes, telling them to, hey, run, girl, that's a red flag. But if it ever happens to you, you got to understand that you are doing it right. And that is the opening monologue, according to Donovan Sharpe. Good to have you guys in here today. Dev, if you would, Dev, bring me a bottle of cold water. I need a cold bottle of water. Oh boy. All right. There we go. Yeah, I was told last night that that I was single by the person I was debating. And let me preface, before we get into breaking down the debate, I want you guys to understand, I have nothing against Jen. Nothing against Jen whatsoever. Listen, she has a right to her opinion, just like everybody else. No, she didn't express it. Listen, she didn't express her opinion the way I would have, but it is what it is. I don't hold it against her. I didn't take any of what she said personally. Even though she thought she was being personal, it didn't bother me. It didn't bother me at all. Thank you. As my imaginary girlfriend passes me my imaginary water bottle, it didn't bother me. I don't take it personally. I don't think she's a bad person. And look, man, I'll even say this. Let me go over here. Look. Subscribe to the lead attorney. This is her YouTube channel. Listen, give her a subscribe, man. I mean, why not? Why not? I mean, listen, man. I mean, she talks about dating and current events and this and that. Of course, I guess she gives dating advice, and you guys know my stance on dating advice. Never take dating advice from a woman. Wow, she doesn't really seem to be too popular. Wow. Holy God. Whoa, holy moly. No, I did not. Whoa, hold on a second. Now, normally, dude, like okay, so it doesn't appear that she is, winning any friends because her likes percentage are very low. 50%, 31%, Jesus. Wow, dude. Whoa. Okay, all right. Well, listen, man. We live in a free country. We live in a free market, capitalistic society. And, listen, people have a right to express their opinion. People have a right to express their opinion. And look, here's a video. She has Lizzo obesity and is the compliment thick killing. Is it killing us? That's real talk. Like, listen, hey, real talk. Like, she's right about that. She's absolutely right about that. Like, dude. Like, so there are some things that I agree with her on. And one thing I will say about Jen, she's also critical of women. She's the type of woman, pardon me. She's the type of woman who does, she holds women accountable. At least that's what I heard. That's what I heard during the debate. So listen, guys, I want you to understand that even though Jen does get personal and, she starts calling names and all that, I don't hold that against her. She's not a bad person. Jen has become what our culture has allowed her to become. That's what it comes down to. I think she's like 47, 48 years old. And listen, I'm not gonna sit here and cap. Jen's attractive. Jen's attractive. There's no doubt about it. She won't be attractive for too much longer, but she is attractive nonetheless. She told me that she would never date me. And when she told me that, I went to my room and I cried. But I ended up getting over it. So it is what it is. So let's try to look at this. Now, I'm certainly going to point out what's really happening, right? I'm not going to sit here and sugarcoat anything, but I wanted to preface all of this. By saying, hey guys, it was what it was. I didn't take things personally. And in the end, I'm pretty sure she didn't take things personally, though I'm not her. So just wanted to go ahead and preface it with that. I have no problem with Jen. Thank you. Dude, shout out to the lead attorney for having me on. He did a 7-hour live stream. Go subscribe to him and maybe go subscribe to Jen. Oh, that's so good. Woo. Mark Stewart, welcome to chat. Privileges. Thank you for the support. Thank you very, very much for the support. At Mark Stewart to welcome Mark Stewart with a C to TSR Towers. Mark, if you would, Mark, put in your age and location in case anybody in the chat happens to be in your proximity. Maybe you guys go grab a beer or two. Let's see. George Matheson says Vice City Donovan. God, guys, you got to learn to spell my name. It is Dono Von Donovan. Appreciate that. Vice City Donovan. Devin says,
What the French toast?
yeah, what the French toast. Yeah, exactly. Michael Brandon, $2 Canadian, says Kevin may have grounds for a defamation lawsuit. I think he probably does. But one thing that I've learned from Kevin is that you don't have to fight all the battles. Just because, listen, people defame Kevin all the time. They defame me all the time. It is what it is, right? Unless it actually damages your brand and your business, that's when you need to go after someone legally, which is what I am doing actually at this very moment. But, a website for defamation is very difficult to prove. It's very, very difficult to prove. So even though he has grounds, Michael, and I appreciate you saying that, it's probably just not worth it. Probably not worth it. Komatsu Umi, $5, says, white knight men who sending those notes are beta males. Yes, they are. Yes, they are.
Yep.
Unique79 says, I can't super chat. Do you have a Cash App? Yes, I do. I do have a Cash App. That Cash App is $Donovan Sharpe. $Donovan Sharpe is where you can send your Cash Apps. Directly after the show, right after the broadcast ends, guys, I'm going to be doing my daily double dating show breakdown. The daily double dating show breakdown. I'm breaking down Temptation Island Season 3, and I'm also breaking down Love Island, the UK version. And I'm going to tell you what, guys. If you guys want to see a group of guys who, man for man, probably have the most game that any group of guys has ever had on a dating show before, you need to tune in. There are 6 guys as of right now. I think they're bringing in there are 6 guys. They're bringing in another 2 guys. They're bringing in these Italian twins. Clearly they have game. All of these guys, not only do they have game, they speak to women freely and directly. They use the language they want to use. It is incredible. I've been in shock since I started watching this. Like, are you serious? Every one of these guys, and this is funny, the most confident of the bunch is the guy who's not even in the best shape. He's not a fat ass, but I mean, he's not in the best shape. He's calling shots. You go over here, you go over there. Hey, come here. I'm going to talk to you. Like, the guy, it's incredible. It's unbelievable. It's incredible. 1,200 people watching, guys. 1,200 people watching. Please hit the like button. We are about 300 subscribers away from 125,000 subscribers. The reason why I have gained 15,000 subscribers in the last month is because of you. It is because of you. It's the engagement. Listen, I know not everybody has the money to super chat. I know not everybody wants to super chat, but likes and shares are free. You do more for the channel when you like the video than when you actually super chat. Okay? Now, ideally, I'd like for you to do both. If you can't or won't, no problem. Hit the like button, share the video, or if you don't like me, then, hit the thumbs down. Engagement is engagement. It's all the same to me. Black Male Media, $5 says, don't they know that pointing out his red flags, they draw her closer to Chad?
Nope.
They do not know. They think that by warning a girl of a guy's red flags makes her hesitant. No, When you point out, oh, he's not bad for you, he cheated on his girlfriend, this does nothing to dissuade them. If anything, it stokes the flames. Okay, it is now time for the main event. As I said before, I didn't take this personally. I thank the lead attorney for having me on his podcast. That was very gracious of him. And listen, I'd love to make plenty more appearances. I got nothing against Jen. Jen's a lovely lady. We were 2 people with differing opinions, simply debating one another. That being said, we are still going to, give me a second here. I apologize. Antonio F with the $13.77 super chat. Appreciate that. He says, salute, Donovan. Appreciate that. Appreciate that very, very much. So, what I'm gonna do is I actually had a few things that I wanted to add here. I wanted to let me think. I wanted to add a I forgot to add a couple of I actually forgot to add a couple of scenes that that literally flies in the face of everything she said, but I think I can probably get by without it. Also, Jen made a very, very big deal. She made a very big deal out of the fact that I would not call her Jen. Now, there were certainly plenty of times where I called her honey, baby, blah, 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 because I saw that it bugged her. But if we're going to keep count, and I'm going to keep count, I'm going to keep count, and we'll see exactly what crimes I was guilty of in terms of that. So we'll certainly keep tally on that. So without further ado, let's get right into it. Good, man. I live streamed for 5 hours, so it looks like you're gonna top me on the live stream today. But
yeah. So what do you think about all this now? I know you have a relationship. You've been on the
I'm not gonna can you guys hear that okay? Let me know if you hear. Comment on either one because I have tremendous respect for both groups. So I'm gonna stay out of that.
Okay.
With all due respect, I know this is what you guys are talking about, but I'm gonna stay out of that. My main contention is here with Jen. And the thing is, man, is Jen believes that what she's saying is true. You strap her to a lie detector test, it's absolutely true. But that doesn't mean that you're right. See, here's the deal, right? Of course, you're not worried about paying for the date. You can get the D anytime you want, right? You understand what I'm saying there? And so when a man and woman get together romantically, when there's romantic interest, supposed romantic interest involved, there's an unspoken agreement that the man is going to provide the resources. And I talk about this all the time. And the woman is going to provide exclusive access to her body. Now, there are men out here who lead women to believe that they are interested in a long-term relationship when they are just interested in casual sex. Yeah. These men exist. These men are out there. Guess what, Jen? Women who mislead men by making them believe that they are sexually interested in order to get free meals, gifts, trips. There are far more of them than there are men who deceive women. And I'll tell you this. And I don't blame women for not liking this, but when women do not have a decided advantage in the sexual marketplace, dude, Dre Raven just nailed it. I was actually thinking the same thing watching this back last night. So Dre Raven says that she reminds me of Jasmine Guy from A Different World back in the 80s. Yeah, she does, actually. She does look kind of like Whitley, for sure. They go absolutely crazy. I'll give you case in point. The Dine and Dash Dater. Okay? Yes. I'll marry this with the Foodie Call. Foodie Call, it's a recent moniker that is placed on women who go out with a man, Foodie Call, unbeknownst to the man that she's not romantically interested in for the express intent of getting a free meal. They're not romantically interested in him, yet the guy, she doesn't tell the guy. This is interesting. Watching this back now, I remember, and what Jen does is she tries to exaggerate what I was doing. She says you came in all hot and heavy and you were seething and all this and that and the other. And you know what's interesting? I actually believed her. I was like, you know what? Let me cool off a little bit. But now that I'm watching this from the very beginning, I'm thinking, no, that was just her she was trying to marginalize the message. You're mad, you're big mad, you came in hot and heavy, blah, 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 and this and that and the other. And listen, if I do say so myself, I sound extremely measured. She's not being honest. You said they got to be honest. Well, guess what? These girls are not being honest. So what ends up happening is a guy out in California flipped the script. He started going out with women that he wasn't romantically interested in, and he'd leave them with the check. Now, girls who do Foodie Calls, there are articles praising women for this brilliant strategy. Yep. Oh my God, at the 21st of the month, I download Tinder, and I download Tinder because I don't have any more money, and I can do this guy and this guy and that guy. Okay, that's what happens. Now, you can see Jen starting to get a little bit uncomfortable. You see her starting to get a little bit fidgety. But when a guy does it, you know what happened to him? National ridicule and jail time. So when women enact a sexual strategy that benefits them, nobody bats an eye. And of course, now we have a simp in the chat. Jen is about to cook him. And I stopped it right here on purpose to sort of draw a distinction. Dude, the lead attorney is a great guy. He really, really is. He genuinely wants to make a difference, and he wants to, he wants to grow his channel. No problem at all. Where I diverge as far as his strategy is concerned is allowing a woman to regularly be on panels, okay? When you're speaking about male issues, women have no business at the table. Women have been speaking about male issues for the last 65 years. Men have done exactly what women have said for the last 65 years. And instead of getting their devotion and their support, all it's really gotten us is a big fuck you. Every time we give women more, they give us the bird even more. It is never enough. And listen, I understand the lead attorney has her on probably because of the way she looks, right? If she looked like Jasmine Guy does right now, instead of back when she was dating Dwayne, she's probably not on the show. She's probably not on the show. And I think TLA and Jen probably understand that. And the reason I say this, and this is not a slight against Jen by any stretch of the imagination, but when you listen to her talk and debate me, this is exactly why we tell men, if you want to start a men-centric channel, don't involve women. Listen, they can be in the chat and this and that, but when you put a woman on the panel, it skews everybody's sense of reality. And you see it right there on the screen. AB the hero says Jen is about to cook him. Dude, you're a man. Whose side are you on? And again, this guy is clearly thirsty. AB the hero, Jen's about to cook him, right? Like guys like this AB the hero guy, he's the guy that gets all thirsty when girls like Jen, hey boys, oh my God, Jen, you're beautiful, and da 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 da. Never ever ever tell a woman she looks good. You can say a woman's attractive out of earshot. Never tell a woman to her face that she is attractive, right? But AB the hero just shows that this is the kind of audience that the lead attorney has. Now, maybe he wants to have this kind of audience, and if he does, I'm not mad at him, right? Like his show, he's got a woman on the panel, I guess, to appeal to more women. Guess what? It's worked for Kevin Samuels, and look where he's at. But when you give a woman an authoritative position on your panel, what you end up doing is you end up clouding the judgment of men. This guy, AB the hero, has no idea who I am and what I do, yet he thinks that Jen from the block is about to cook me. Really? Based on what? Based on the fact that she's attractive, or based on the fact that she knows what she's talking about? Yeah, I didn't think so. A man actually have an advantage. God forbid a man actually game a woman into getting easy sex out of her by misleading them. I'm not saying that that's right, but in terms of the score, far more women mislead men about their intentions than men do. And even when men try, women are a lot of things, Jen. Stupid isn't one of them. So a guy can come at a girl with all this game, yeah, I want to. There's another Jen. Marry you and this, that, and the other. Dude, girls know that guy's full of shit. They know he's full of shit. And even still, when they're in category A that you talked about, this is alpha fucks, beta bucks, because you verified that completely. Yep. Because they see, you know what? I know this guy is running game on me, so I'll go home with him. I'll mess with him for a couple of weeks. Then when he ghosts me, I'll pretend not to realize that he was just running game on me. This is how that goes. This is what's happening. This is what's happening in the real world. And here's the thing, man. I wouldn't expect, and this is no disrespect, Jen. I wouldn't expect you to understand what's going on because you're a man. You don't have male sensibilities, nor should you. Women should, listen, women should never feel sorry for the plight of men and vice versa. But at the end of the day, a man is not entitled to a woman's body any more than a woman is entitled to a man's resources. However, when you deceive one way or the other, when men deceive women to get their body without the chance of a long-term relationship, that's a bad thing. It happens a lot more on the female side. And so what I was telling her is that, and again, women cannot stand, I think I said this, when women do not have a decided advantage in a sexual situation, that's when they seem to have a problem. This is when they seem to have a problem. And I'll say this again, a woman will cheat on her last 25 boyfriends. She'll branch swing, she'll lie, She'll have Noit Roba spelled backwards. She'll completely screw guys over. Completely screw every guy over, get away with it. But the minute one guy gets over on her, men are dogs, men are trash. That's how this works.
Do I have you muted, Jen? I'm sorry. No,
Yeah,
you're good.
First and foremost, these are all opinions. So I may be wrong. You said I'm not right, right? I don't think you're right either. These are just opinions, right?
Okay, so right off the bat, and my mother does the same thing. She does the same thing. My mother tries to disqualify my knowledge as opinion. So I'll say such and such, and my mother will always say, in your opinion, as if to say that my opinion is she's almost trying to put like a subjective truth instead of an objective truth. Listen, man. Listen, women cheat more than men. That's not subjective. That's not an opinion. That's a fact. Well, Jen here is using the exact same strategy.
Well, wait, let me finish because I let you speak.
Hold on, real quick.
Let me finish because I let you speak.
Hey, I've listened to you talk. I've listened to you talk for an hour. You want to talk? Hold on.
Well, I didn't know you were backstage
about facts and opinion. Okay, so there we go. So I got a little bit loud, and this was a miscalculation. This was a miscalculation on my part. This is a miscalculation on my part. I took the bait. She says you were backstage, or she says this is your opinion. Now this is what I have to learn. And it's incredible. It's incredible because I used to do this all the time. I did this on the Fresh and Fit podcast. And I've said this before, I'm an excellent panel host. I'm not really that good a panelist. So what I had to do and what I knew I had to do is I said, okay, when someone says something that I disagree with, I have to refrain from responding to it right away. When this happened, I realized it was happening in real time and I said, okay, let me draw that back. Let me draw that back and respond in kind. So there's a little bit more of a back and forth. There's a little bit more of a back and forth here where I'm sort of reverting to my old ways, but it does not take me long to really get my feet firmly entrenched in the ground and then just completely own the conversation.
I didn't know you were backstage.
How about you go to the articles and see that 30% of women who go out with guys on Tinder do so with no...
Let you be emotional. Go on.
However, so now she's calling me emotional. I overtalked her. And again, listen, I'll take responsibility for that. I should not have cut her off. I should not have bullied my way into more airtime because listen, she listened to me talk for 2 minutes and then I did not allow her to talk. So I'll take the loss on that. I'll take the L on that. Okay. I'll take the L on that. And it's one thing you guys have to understand. And it takes a long time to master. It's taken me 44 years to get a hold of it. You have to have present self-awareness. If you're able to check yourself in real time, guys, it's a beautiful thing, as you will see here.
That's facts.
Oh, see that? She says that's facts.
That's
fact. That's fact. That's opinion, sweetheart. That's a fact. It is that's what it facts. Is. And you know, and check this out. I don't even blame the girls. If it's that easy to score free meals from clueless guys, baby girl, do you. But by the same token, don't then get upset when a guy runs the gambit on you, uses you for sex for 2 weeks, and see, a girl will fuck over every man she has something to do with. Oh yeah, I just said this, yeah. Every man she has something to do with. The minute a man gets over on her, niggas ain't shit. Dudes ain't shit. Now you can go on with your facts. Okay, so I was a little heated there, and as soon as I said facts, I said to myself immediately, okay, I need to bring it down an octave because she says, you know, you were backstage seething. I wasn't backstage seething. I was backstage getting my work done. But the reason why I said that you were see, she didn't really have an argument. You were backstage seething. You were mad. Okay, whether that's true or not, and it wasn't, that doesn't matter. What does that have to do with the conversation? You see, women think that they can say, well, you're emotional, you're in your feelings, so you automatically lose the argument. Well, that may or may not be true. It depends upon whether or not you bring the facts. So here's what, so at this point in the discussion, I said, okay, all right, my chili got running a little bit hot there. Let me take a deep breath and let her talk.
Okay, first and foremost, I didn't know you were seething watching me for an hour. That's a personal problem that you have.
Do you see? She's still trying to bait me. You were seething. That's a personal problem. So she's getting personal.
You were seething, dying to get at me, right?
See, dying to get at me.
So now you're here. So let me speak.
I'm always in.
Let me speak. Let me speak.
Hold on, Donovan. Let's let Jen speak.
Okay. You were backstage seething. Okay.
You see how she doubled down again, right? No. Let her speak. She knows that's my point of contention, so she made sure to say it again, knowing that I wasn't going to respond because the moderator checked me. That's the only reason why she said it, just to try to get under my skin. This is the point. When she said you were backstage seething, I said, oh, okay. Well, here we go.
There's no right or wrong.
And Mr. Stewart says, nah, you're wrong, and fine. Okay.
Wrong here. You have an opinion. I have an opinion. Men take advantage of women. Fact.
Yes.
Women take advantage of men. Fact.
Here's the problem. Men take advantage of women. Yeah, fact. Women take advantage of men. Fact. Listen, here's another fact. Women take more advantage of men than men take advantage of women. There are not women checking out of the dating market because of nothing. The only women who say, oh, you know what, screw it, I'm out of here, blah, 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 I'm not dating anymore. And what that really means is they're just going to sleep around. No, women aren't checking out of the dating market. Women are not stopping sleeping around. It's the men who are stopping sleeping around. It's because the men who are getting screwed over or they're being ignored. Yes.
All right, you're talking about men are supposed to be the financial providers, and that's what they're supposed to do.
Okay, so now men are supposed to be the blah, 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 blah. You see how she's over-exaggerating the way that I talk. Now, in her defense, I will admit that when I speak like a girl, yes, I am a bit more theatrical, just to kind of make a little bit of light of it and kind of drive my point home. So her doing that, whatever. I do it. I'm not mad at her. Oh, Kevin Samuels is in the house. He says, make peace with being correct instead of needing to be, quote, right. Learning to breathe, quietly pivot, and move forward is a powerful technique. I'm telling you, man, listen, I pat myself a lot on the back, but I'm really, really proud of how I turned it around because she's right. I came in hot, but as soon as I was able to just sort of calm down, I took complete control. Appreciate that, Kev.
First of all, men are constantly preaching 50-50. A man just said if a woman doesn't go Dutch, she's for the streets.
That's not
okay.
something.
A man just said on his line.
Donovan, hold on, Jen.
Do whatever. It happens. Okay. Women take advantage of men. Men take advantage of women. He just said something. Oh, but when a man gets over, God forbid. What are you talking about?
See? What are you talking about? God forbid. No. What are you talking about? This proves that Jen wasn't listening. She wasn't listening. She was simply listening to respond. Well, in case you're watching, Jen, let me repeat myself. I said, God forbid a man gets over on a woman and the world loses its mind. Here's what I mean. This is why this community is under attack. This is why we got people saying Kevin Samuels is promoting violence and misogyny towards women. No. The reason they're saying that is because they know that Kevin Samuels is unmasking what's really going on here. Okay? This community has done a very good job in lifting the veil on what the world is trying to sell you. Women are not who we were raised to believe. Guys like us advise men to improve yourself, employ certain strategies in order to not get got. What this has done is this has created a pool of men, a pool of high value men who are not easy, if not impossible, to get over on. Women don't like that. That puts them at a disadvantage. Like I said earlier, women do not like it when they do not have a decided advantage in the sexual marketplace. There is no better example of this in action than our channels and subscribers being under attack. Gentlemen, I'm here to tell you, they don't want this information to get out there. They don't. And you want to know something? I don't blame them. Dude, if I'm the powers that be, if I am the powers that be, I don't want this information getting out there either. You want to know why? Let's just say, just for the sake of argument, that, I don't know, 1 out of 20 men are men-centric aware. That means that is 5%. If 5% of men in this country are men-centric aware and they act as such, the economy falls tomorrow. The economy falls tomorrow. Every kiss begins with K. Make her your best friend. Take her on vacation because she gave you steak and blowjob day. Valentine's Day, you have to show her that she's the one. Send her flowers to her job just because. All that goes right out the door. All that goes right out the window. So, yes, if I'm them, I don't want this out there either. I'm just keeping it all the way real. But I'm me, so I do.
Men get women pregnant and dump them to raise children.
Wait, what?
What the French toast?
Men get women pregnant and dump them to raise children. So I think that she was going 100 miles an hour and probably just misspoke. So I understand.
Women use men for food. That is the human way with men and women. But
that made no sense. So here's what she was trying to say. Men get women pregnant and then walk out on them, but women just use men for food. What men do are far worse. No, sweetheart. That's not how it works. That's not how it works. For every one girl a guy fucks over or takes advantage of, that same girl has done that to 25 other men. Those are facts. And honestly, that's probably a conservative number. Women screw over men far more than men screw over women. The first reason and foremost, as TLA will say later, is because the law allows it. The law allows women to take advantage of men. One of the 4 pillars of feminism is the transference of resources from women to men. Our very laws in this country are literally set up to give women the right and the advantage to extrapolate resources from men and given to them permanently. That's what this is. Well, guys sort of got hip to the script. So they, you know what? I'm not going to get married. Fine. So now women are like, all right, cool. I don't have to get married to get the bag. I'll just get pregnant. Men got hip to that. So then men just decided, you know what? I'm just going to go online dating. I'm just going to do online dating. Well, guess what? They're still extrapolating resources for men. You want to know why? 97% of these dating apps, 97% of their revenue comes from men. The purpose of dating apps, gentlemen, is not to help couples find love. No, the purpose of dating apps is to extrapolate money from men. You think these bitches are paying to be on these dating apps? No, they're the product. They probably don't realize it, but they are the product being sold to men, the highest bidder, if you will.
It sounds to me more like you didn't want to debate me, you wanted to debate your experiences and you're projecting. And I'm like, I can't help you with that, sir. Okay? And you can address me as Jen. I don't have to be honey, baby, sweetie, boo-boo. I don't have to be all of that.
Nope.
Yeah, you do.
Relax. We can have this discussion. Okay, but you're projecting. I've been through things too, like every other woman with a man. I'm not projecting at you. I'm not saying all men are dogs.
This is funny. Whenever a woman, and I will say this to her, women always use this. Anytime a woman is up against a dude who she knows is not going to back down, they say, you're projecting. What was I projecting? What was I projecting? I wasn't projecting anything onto her. I didn't even address her personally. I said women. Women. I generalized. But she's mad. She's in her feelings. So she's going to go to the projection. You're projecting. Got it.
You just said that. I don't think all men are dogs.
I did not say that all. So she said that I said that all girls, that women are dogs. I didn't say any of that. I didn't say that women, as a matter of fact, I said that women are not bad. I told her I don't knock the hustle. But again, all she's doing now is she's throwing stuff up against the wall. She's making false claims to try to make me look bad.
I don't think all men are dogs, but you just threw that at me as if that's my point of view. And as far as, you can't.
Isn't it? Though?
Speak for a man because you're not a man. I can never speak for a man. You can't speak for a woman. But
then what the fuck are you doing on the panel, Jen? See, this is where TLA and this is where we diverge. Okay? This is what happens. This is what happens. Now, listen, shout out to Jen. She didn't handle herself too well, but this is why you can't have women like this on the panel. Okay? Like, this chick was out of pocket. She was absolutely out of pocket the entire time. She was raising her voice the entire time. Now, it makes for good entertainment, so listen, shout out to TLA. But guys, this is why you cannot make women regular panelists on your show, and it has nothing to do with the fact that they're good or bad. They're women. Women do not have male sensibilities, nor should they.
But because we are heterosexual individuals, I can talk about my experience with men and you can talk about your experience with women. But you're coming in too hot. And I didn't do it to you, honey, baby, sweetie, boo-boo. I didn't do it to you. I have my opinions.
I prefer boo-boo, actually.
Okay, well.
So what do you?
So this right here, this is when I decided to take control. I said, she's mad. Okay, so I'm going to be funny and truthful.
So how do you respond to her, Donovan? What do you think about what she's saying?
Said really quickly.
Yeah.
Jen, you're right. A lot of men, in particular, a lot of men without a lot of experience, they use their own personal experience as sort of the barometer, right? If they experience something, then everybody did. But here's where you're wrong, honey. Millions of men are telling the same stories, boo-boo. Men are getting divorce raped. Men are being... Listen, you want to say I came in all hot and heavy? You said I'm projecting? Listen.
You are.
Okay, that's fine. You can say whatever you want because that seems to be the boilerplate template for someone who's in their feelings, and that's okay. You're a woman. I'm not mad at you. Oh! What I'm telling you is that millions of men didn't just all of a sudden wake up and decide, you know what? We're going to shit on women. We're going to make up all of these grandiose stories about how we get screwed over by women, and we're just going to put it on the internet. No, that's not how it happened. Men found each other because they have similar experiences. A guy in Nebraska says, you know what? Right here, I'm hitting her with straight facts. This is like at this point, this is all facts. There's no answer to this. My wife started talking trash about a guy that she was working with. Come to find out, she was sleeping with him. A guy in Florida says, you know what? I had the similar situation done to me. Another guy up in, I don't know, Washington says, you know what? I've been married to my wife for 15 years and I just found out my oldest daughter isn't mine. A guy down in Texas says the same thing happened to me. So in terms of, you know what's interesting about Jen that I just figured out? The reason why she felt like I came in hot and heavy is because she's not used to speaking with men who speak like I do. I speak with tone, I speak with voice inflections. And when women like her who aren't used to speaking with dudes who actually, well, I mean, TLA is obviously clearly articulate. But other than him, she's just not used to talking to guys like me. That's why she finds it emotional. People, in terms of people disagreeing, listen, we can disagree all we want to, but to disqualify it as, hey, these are just your isolated experiences. There are millions of men with millions of the same or similar stories. We all didn't just get up and decide to lie. That's all there is to it. We all have the same experiences. Yes, we've all been burned by women. I've been burned by more women than I care to admit. All I seek to do is to, and I never said that women were dogs. What I said is that women she'll do 100 guys in a row. She'll do them dirty. She'll cheat on them, blah, 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 blah. And here's another thing. Now, Alan Roger Curry, who was in the, he was actually on the panel probably about an hour before I was. Because like I said, I was just in here doing work. So he super chatted $20. He says, this is exactly what I don't like, what I attempt to prevent. Women, quote, running game on men and men running game on women. I hate manipulative head games. My, quote, mode 1 approach prevents this vicious cycle. Hashtag mode 1 for life. Agreed. Here's the problem. Women are not mode 1. Women are mode me. See, men have the, and I don't even want to say integrity, but women, listen, women are survivors, okay? Women care only about themselves, as really they should. They're supposed to be survivors. So listen, women play manipulative games, and so men adjusted. Men had to adjust. I mean, like it's almost like you're bringing a knife to a gunfight. It makes absolutely and listen, and dude, shout out to Alan. He's right. I mean, you should never have to lie to a woman to get into bed with her. But guess what? We got women lying to men, lying by omission, and sometimes just lying with their mouth to extrapolate resources from them. Okay? Now, neither one is right, but men who do this are thought of as dogs and this and that. Women who do the same thing, manipulative head games, well, that's just them playing the game. But as soon as the game gets run on them, now it's a problem. So I agree with Alan. You shouldn't have to lie to women, but guess what? They did this to themselves. Relationships are ended by the woman, either directly or indirectly. She either says, we need to talk, or she just branch swings to another relationship. When's the last time guy ever broke up with a woman? Maybe if he's a top 10%er. This doesn't mean that women are bad. See, I said this doesn't mean that women are bad. This is not an indictment on the female species. What I'm trying to tell you is that millions of men didn't just all of a sudden get together and decide to lie on women. So to disqualify one's experience as well, you experience this. What kind of women are you dating? We're all dating the same pool of women, and they all act the same way. And it is incumbent upon us as men to deal with them accordingly. And that's that. Jen.
Okay.
Oh, I called her Jen again. There we go.
Okay, so let me respond. What's your name?
What's that?
What is your name?
Boo Boo.
His name is Donovan. Donovan Sharpe. He's an OG. He's an OG in this space. Yeah, Donovan's the man.
Although he's
Now, here's the deal. She actually said my name. This is the only time during this entire discussion she actually said my name. This is the one, listen, this is the one time she actually says my name. Then Mistress Monica, $5, says, "Where's Jen's Cash App? Dude is emotional and constantly interrupting. Jen, get him, honey." Okay, I interrupted her once. I checked myself, and then I calmed down, right? So Mistress Monica, again, see, women who talk to me, black women in particular, black women aren't used to talking like hood rats. They're not used to talking with men who have a strong command of the English language, okay? They just don't. That's why they think that guys like me are emotional. No, I'm expressive, okay? I'm expressive. I use voice inflections. So anytime he's emotional, I mean, you can say what you want, but when's the last time you actually talked to a guy who sounded like me? And oh, by the way, they always like to say, well, you sound like a white boy. So, and dude, tell me something I haven't already heard before, right?
playing Captain Obvious now, right?
Oh, here we go. Now she's going back to the name calling. See, she's really in her feelings. And from here forward, gentlemen, she makes no argument. She makes zero arguments. All she does is call names and sling mud. That's all she does from here forward. And she absolutely just, oh my God, she has an absolute meltdown. Elijah Stallings, $20, says, the things people do nowadays make no sense. I agree. Black Male Media, $5 says, hey boys, pardon me. Sounds like she's putting men in a submissive position, and here the white knighters come. Yeah, right. Road to Sigma, $5 says, that's what I wanted to convey earlier. Her true colors were shown. Outstanding job. Honored to be on the panel with you yesterday. Salute, 100%. Thank you, man. Yeah, man. I appreciate that. Yeah, I do remember. I do remember RTS being on there with me. Sepper Zoo with the 8 Saudi rials. Looks like it's just over shade over $2. I appreciate that. American dollars. I appreciate that. DC, $5 says the sign language is strong in this one. Yes, it was. KF, $5 says, I'm glad Fresh and Fit like you. Fresh and Fit have people like you who acknowledge their mistakes. We're human, not marble statues of perfection. Keep up the great work. Fred Astaire Descartier says, shout out to D Sharpe and Kevin, the Godfather Samuels, 2 living legends. Appreciate that, man. Sub-Zero.
Finish him.
$20 says, who was that? Chihuahua, Unbearable, and any man who has to deal with that, good luck. Headed back to Outworld. Safer than dealing with these women. That's funny. Red Pill TV, $5 says, the truth is rude to women. Yeah, it is. Yeah, anytime you tell them the truth, they say you're rude. Black Male Media says, Brittany Renner just robbed a bank, but they only get food? Right, yeah, exactly. Ken Lynch says she lost frame coming in, so any and every assertion she made afterwards, right or wrong, fell on deaf ears. She's in the defensive. That's right. Ken Lynch says it became a counterproductive argument instead of a rational debate because she was triggered. That's correct. Okay, let's continue.
I never said that it was just your experience, but I guarantee it was your experience. I can tell.
Okay, she says, I never said that it was your experience. She literally said this several different times.
I said that it was just your experience, but I guarantee it was your experience. I can tell by how you jumped on here.
Put all of these in here.
Talk about your experience with women,
because again,
debate me. You wanted to debate your experiences, and you're projecting. And I'm like, I can't help you with that, sir.
To win an argument. They'll lie to win an argument. Well, I never said this was about your experiences. Like that's what she. So what she's trying to do is she's trying to thwart my argument by saying, well, what you said I said is not really what I said. Like that's what she said. So I'm going to rewind this a little bit and just listen.
In this space, yeah, Donovan's the man.
Although he's playing Captain Obvious
Here
now,
we go.
right?
Here we go.
I never said that it was just your experience, but I guarantee it was your experience. I can tell by how you jumped on here.
See, I said that's literally what you said. That is literally what you said. Exhibit 1.
Debate me, you wanted to debate your experiences and you're projecting. And I'm like, I can't help you with that, sir.
There's number 1.
Talk about your experience with women. But you said that it was just your experience, but I guarantee it was your experience. I can tell by how you jumped on here.
So, as you can see, she said exactly what I said she said, yet she is saying she didn't say it. That is literally what you said.
Came in here like a bitch in heat, okay?
So here we go.
I know it was your experience. So I'm not saying that it was just yours. We're all experiencing the same thing as human beings, okay? So you're saying, oh, you think men are lying? Men are lying?
You see how she's over-exaggerating the way I talk? Like, this is ridiculous.
We just ran into each other? No, you're not lying. Women find women who have been burned. We do it at the beauty shop, at the beauty salon, getting our nails done, at the party, at the tea party. We find each other.
Okay, now, LaQueen of Cleveland, $2, just to disagree with me, says, I've dumped all of my girlfriends. I'm an average man.
Stop the cap.
Yeah, LaQueen of Cleveland, fuck out of here, man. Look, homie, Jen's not gonna fuck you, dog. Like, all of these dudes, like, I just want to say something to all of these ain't shit niggas in the chat caping up for Jen. Y'all, she's not gonna fuck y'all, okay? Jen is not fucking any of you, okay? Being a Captain Save-A-Ho, coming in talking about, well, yeah, I disagree. Oh, she gonna cook you. Guess what? She will not fuck you. Guys seem to think that caping up for bitches is the way to fuck them. That's not the way. You wanna know how I know? Because I've tried it before and it never worked. Ever.
Oh, really? That happened to you? Well, a guy did X, Y, and Z to me. That's what human beings do, Captain Obvious. So when men get together.
See, she keeps calling me Captain Obvious. So now she's calling me names, and I'm like, okay, well, I guess it's game on.
And now with the manosphere and YouTube, all you guys got together who've been burned and are bitter as hell.
Uh-oh, burned and bitter as hell. Here we go. So she's already lost the argument. Guys. Edub on Sharpe stream side says, although this Jen looks good, her disposition is too aggressive and masculine. New York girls are the worst. Yeah, they are.
And I was like, we have a club. Let's get those women.
See? Do you see how she tries to marginalize? Like we're all these incels and we have a club. This is what this. And here's the thing. I actually don't blame Jen for thinking this way. She doesn't know about our community. All she knows is what she reads. All she knows is what the media allows her to believe. She honestly and truly believes that we're just a bunch of incel losers who live in our mother's basements, have neck beards, and play video games all day, as she will express a little bit later.
No shit, Sherlock. Captain Obvious, that is what happens. You're still not getting my point.
That's because there is no point.
Shit happens between men and women. Shit happens. Well, when was the last time a man broke up with a woman? Women break up with men.
Did I say it like that? No, I didn't.
Shit happens. Men get women pregnant and bounce and don't take care of the children. Shit happens. Why are you so upset?
No. Why are you so upset? Let me just play that again. A
man broke up with a woman. Women break up with men. Shit happens. Men get women pregnant and bounce and don't take care of the children. Shit happens. Why are you so upset?
Who is upset? Who's upset? Who do you guys think sounds upset? Who do you think sounds upset? Who's projecting now? Who's projecting now, right? Nobody's upset. I'm just very passionate about what I talk about. And also, I have a problem with women who are gold diggers, right? Well, she's just a gold digger. She just wants him because of his money. There's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with a woman choosing a man because he has money any more than there's anything wrong with a man who chooses a woman based on the way she looks. This is biology. What I came on to tell you is that the dating market is not as simple as you think it is.
It is for me, though. It is for me.
I'm talking. Now, I need you to please listen. I'll let you respond. You just got to let me finish and make your point. I think this is a good discourse. The point. Do you see how she always has to have the last word? The point is that men and women do have similar bad experiences, but it's tougher for guys out here. Did you know that most virgins in this country are men? Did you
Hold on
know?
right quick. Let me. Wait.
Here
Weeks,
comes, here's
of course,
Kevin.
but congratulations on that 1 million subscribers.
So this is when Kevin jumped into the chat, and this is funny. This is really, really funny about this. This is why these bitches, see, this is why women are, this is why they're so stupid, man. This is why this woman had no idea who she was talking to. She was probably confused as a mother, like what in the, she had no idea what hit her, which is why she reacted the way she did. Guess what? She knows who Kevin Samuels is, but she probably never even dreamed in a million lifetimes that Kevin Samuels and I, we go way back, sweetie. We go way back. I talked to Kevin before and after I made the appearance on that show. But when bitches just jump in and start making assumptions about dudes, they never ever really know who they're fucking with. They never know who they're fucking with. And I think after the interview, I think she figured out, she's like, okay, this dude is a real one. I might not like him, but he's a real one.
I remarked something is that, with a guy with 35,000 subscribers, I can't even imagine.
I can't help you with that,
I'm
sir.
drop the link right now. This link is only for Kevin Samuels. I'm not sure if he can come up or not, but I've dropped it anyway. Sorry about that, Donovan. What were you saying?
I'm almost done. Let me ask you something, Jen. What percentage of men do you think are sexually active in America? Hold on.
I don't know. And
I said, let me rewind that. So this is right before she asks me to address her as Jen, right? Definite G says she wasn't ready. No,
Nope.
No, Jen was not, dude, she was not ready. Like she was, dude, she had no idea she was walking into a buzzsaw, but it is what it is. It is what it is. So just listen to this.
Sorry about that, Donovan. What were you saying?
I'm almost done. Let me ask you something, Jen. What percentage of men do you think are sexually active in America?
I don't know, and I'm not gonna guess. If I don't have the actual.
See, again, this is the disagreeableness of today's women. This is the disagreeableness of modern women. I asked her a simple question. What percentage of men do you feel are sexually active? Now, because she's pissed off and losing the argument, she's never going to give me what I want. I asked her a question she's not going to answer. So at that point, I'm just like, okay, that's not what I'm going to get out of her.
Statistics, I'm not gonna.
Luke says the clips are mad loud. Turn down your phone, buddy.
I guess. I don't know. Do you have the stat?
No, but I'll tell you this.
Okay.
Most women would not sleep with most men, while most men would sleep with most women. I
agree with that.
Right, exactly.
I agree with that.
Right, exactly. And what I seek to do is I seek to help men reduce the odds of them getting got by employing certain strategies. And there's really no strategies. It's just getting into shape, getting your money up. Look, there are no guarantees. There are no guarantees for men or women. But I think that women like yourself, not women like yourself, I don't want to put it like that. But I was trying to maybe, back off a little bit. Well, hold on, sweetheart. There are a lot of women who really couldn't care less, which is fine. But if you don't, women are not supposed to care about men. I get that. They don't care about a man's plight because you're women. You have your own plight. But I think it's very, very important that women understand that men don't date like women. Women can get dates and dick whenever they want. It's hard for guys out here. And that's why guys like myself exist. Yes, I've been a simp. I've been played. I've been lied to. I've cried over women. I've done all of those things. But this is me showing my receipts. I showed her, listen, I've been through the mill. I have a lot of bad experiences with women, and this is why I know what I know. Things are necessary for a man to really sort of find out who he is, so he doesn't get played by other women. This is why men have to have experiences. Women are born, Jen. Men have to become. As women, you guys are born with everything you need to secure everything you need. That's it. Men, we don't have it that way, and that's okay. We have to build value. Women simply have to preserve it. Unfortunately, most women are not preserving their value. They're spending all of their lottery winnings on sleeping around. Then when they're 35, 40 years old, they're asking, well, where have all the good men gone? Well, they're after women who look like you used to.
Jesus.
Damn.
Dude said, damn. Serious on the Sharpe stream side said this was a classic example of what happens when a woman acts like a man. They get snippy and condescending and passive aggressive. They're assholes, bitchy, and can't take a loss gracefully. Men as kids learn when you're a poor sport with a bad attitude, you get made fun of. Yeah, you're right about that.
Can I respond now?
Yeah, absolutely, Jen.
I would really appreciate it if you just call me by my name. Is that impossible for you to have respect to call me by my name?
Okay, so now to this point, I've called her Jen 7 times. I have hit the Mario button every time I called her by her name. So now what she's trying to do here is what she's going to do is she tried to put me in a box. She said, okay, I can't get over on this guy. I can't overtake him. So now I am going to try to extrapolate some kind of compliance. Can you give me enough respect to call me by my name? That's what she's trying to do. She's trying to get these and she doesn't realize she's doing this, right? Like, women don't know what they're doing when they do it. They just do it. But that's what she's trying to do. She's trying to get me to comply so that I can now be in her frame. Watch what happens. Yes, that's impossible. Watch, listen.
Can I respond now?
Yeah, absolutely, Jen.
I would really appreciate it if you just call me by my name. Is that impossible for you to have respect to call me by my name?
Yes, that's impossible, honey.
It's impossible, then I'm gonna call you a fuckboy. Is that okay?
Okay, listen, let's everybody, let's call each other's names. Okay, no, you're right. You're right, Jen. Jen. You're right, Jen.
Okay.
You know, his name is Donovan. Donovan, this is Jen. You guys know each other.
He's saying it's impossible. Then he's saying it's
no,
impossible.
it's all right. Jen. He's gonna call you Jen. Donovan's gonna call you Jen. It's no problem. It's no problem.
Okay. So I feel like Donovan is talking about a particular demographic, and again, he's projecting.
Oh God.
Okay. He's saying it's hard out here for us to have sex. The leader.
Yes, it is.
Attorney, do you have problems having sex? Kevin Samuels, if he's on, does he have problem having sex?
Nope.
Does Michael B. Jordan have problem having sex?
Nope.
Does what's his name? I forgot his name. Anyway, there are some men that never, ever, and will never, and never have, ever since junior high school, college, and into their corporate careers, have not had problems having sex or getting women. You are speaking about a certain demographic. You do not know me. You do not know my history.
You do not know me. You do not know my history. Remember that. You do not know me. You do not know my history.
Do not know the men that I've helped. You do not know the men that I've picked off a corner and turned into something because their mothers failed them. You do not know me. So you are projecting towards the wrong woman.
Yeah, I never claimed that I knew her, right? Like, she says you don't know me. Like, bitch, I didn't tell you that I know who you are.
You are projecting towards the wrong woman. You do not know me. All you see is female, and you must know that she's against it. You're bugging, dude. You are bugging.
I don't think that he's making a response directly to you.
Hold up.
No, he did say, what I came to tell you. That's directly towards me, is it not?
No, she's not listening. And just like Edward Anderson says, shout out to him. I haven't seen him around in a while. She's just listening to respond.
He's not saying women in general. He was seething backstage.
See, here she goes. Back to the insult. Seething backstage. I did say women in general. That's exactly what I said.
To come speak to me. Okay?
Sweetheart.
So in my opinion, he's Captain Obvious. He's like, oh, men have been burned. Women have, welcome to fucking earth.
Yes.
Where people get burned every single day. So if you feel like you can relate to this demographic and you started a show where men have, first of all, you just said men, you're collecting men. This is unbelievable. You're collecting men and kind of like raising them up and teaching them how to be some sort of high value person so they can get men, right? I mean, so they can get women, right? Just the fact that you have to do that, okay, is an issue. Men should know that they have to keep up their appearance.
Yeah, but here's the problem. Bitch. That's right, I said bitch. Because at this point, Jen's being a disrespectful fucking bitch, which is why she is single. It's ridiculous. She's right. She is right. Men should know these things. Okay? Men should know these things, but they don't. Okay? They don't. There are no male role models, especially in the black community. 77% of black people are born out of wedlock. 77% of black people are raised by black women. There are, like, where are the black male role models? Where are the black male role models? Yeah, they're nowhere to be found. So it's just like a call that I took on O'Shea. She says, well, guys should just figure it out. No, guys don't just figure this out. And this was always my contention with Steve the Dean. This is always my contention with Steve the Dean. Steve wants to hold men accountable for something they've never been taught. And listen, shout out to him, right? Because, it is what it is. But Steve is always talking about this is the problem. You guys don't know this. He's right. But we were never taught these things. Men don't come out of the womb understanding how to be a man. And because most people in this country are not raised by men, they don't know. So while I understand Steve says, hey, man, this is why you lose, I get that completely. But nobody's out here teaching men how to be men except for guys like us. So when guys call into my show, hey, man, I, knocked up a married chick, okay, I'll rib them a little bit. But in the end, it's like, okay, listen, you didn't know. Let me show you the way.
And their finances. Women should know that they got to be fine, okay, without being taught. And those who don't know it innately should be taught and should shut the fuck up and stop being bitter about it. Stop being bitter. Stop being mad. If you don't know how to real good, if you don't know how to ride
boy, I'll tell you what, man, she keeps getting louder and louder.
a man real good, if you know how to cook and clean and be sexy when he comes home, then be taught, but shut up and don't be bitter about it. Same with men. If you got a pot belly and you sitting on your computer all day and you looking for who to be mad at, you freaking have a receding hairline and you don't want to get a fully bald head.
Hey, now, you go easy on
you get
I was like, you leave my hairline out of this.
that you deserve, all right? Man
Now she's mad. You get what you deserve.
up, woman up. But don't freaking project on people that don't have your experience. You can't tell me about the men I freaking help who are damn near freaking homeless and bums. You don't know who you're talking to. Trust me, you don't. I'm not the one to project on.
That I did. Never said that I did. Can I respond? No, never mind. I'm just going to go ahead and respond.
Yes, you can respond.
Thank you, sweetheart.
Okay,
Come on, Dominic. Come on, Donovan.
Now, see, this was fucked up by TLA. You see that? You see that? And listen, man, shout out to, this is the problem having a woman on the panel, okay? Shout out to the lead attorney, but this woman just spent the last 5 minutes yelling at me, okay? Calling me Captain Obvious, calling me all kinds of names, but I calmly call her honey, and he checks me? He's going to check me. He's going to check me and not this chick, okay? Listen, guys, you got to understand, man. You have to understand, guys. And the lead attorney, I think at some point, listen, man, maybe he'll make changes, but you got to see what this really is. You have to see what this really is. And this is normal behavior, guys. This is normal behavior. This woman just spent 5 minutes cussing me out. As soon as I kind of rib her back, okay, Donovan, he checks me. Not the way I'd handle it. It is what it is. And listen, he's new. Hopefully he'll figure it out. Maybe he's saying, fuck you, Donovan. I'm going to do this, I'm going to do this the way I want. But just understand that clearly she is the aggressor in this situation. But as soon as I say something, then okay, Donovan. Okay. All right.
Listen, here's the deal. If she's gonna be like that, then guess what? I don't mind jousting. She can call me whatever she wants. Fuckboy actually is pretty apt at this point, so I have no problem. For one, number two, you leave my hairline alone. You leave my hairline alone. I am aging gracefully. Now, when I asked you about when I asked you about 6 minutes ago, I said, what percentage of men in America do you feel are sexually active? You said you didn't have a stat, and nobody really knows, right? But the men that you talked about who don't have a problem having sex, guys like the attorney, Michael B. Jordan, what do these men have in common? They are top 10 percenters. Of course, top 10 percenters don't have problems having sex with women. And here's something else for you. Women believe, when you ask women, let me ask you something. Who do you think cheats more, men or women?
So she knows the answer. And she's smarter than the average bear here because she doesn't just come right out and say it. She gives the right answer, but then she qualifies it. I'll actually give her credit here because this is actually a good answer. This is funny.
If there are more, it depends on the population. If there are more women on Earth than there are men, then of course women cheat more.
So women cheat more because there are more women?
If there are more women, if you have 10 women in the room and 10 men, right? I would say it's going to be pretty much even depending on morals and ethics, right? But if the population is huge, with women against men, I would say women because there are more women on the planet.
your mental gymnastics very impressive. I give you the silver medal. Here's the answer. The answer is this.
Is that a stat? Is that a legitimate stat, or is it just what you feel happened to you 20 years ago?
See, here she goes. She's all over the place. Like, she's really in her emotions now. She's really, really, really in her emotions now. And oh, by the way, when women say like Blondie on F&F the other night, you're more likely to be struck by lightning than be falsely accused of EPAR. That's 100% false. But she talks about it like it's a fact. But then when she was challenged with facts and statistics, well, I'd like to see those statistics. Anytime a woman says, hey, where are your facts or statistics? They don't really care that you have statistics, because when you show them the hard data, you know what they'll then say? Well, statistics can be made to show anything you want them to say. So women will use statistics when it's convenient for them, but then when men use statistics, well, now it's being manipulated. This is how it is.
I'm not mentioning feelings. I'm talking about facts.
Okay. Give me the statistic of who cheats more.
Okay, so women would normally say, well, men would cheat more.
But I didn't.
Okay, honey, I need you to really listen.
I'm listening, fuckboy. Go on.
Thank you very much, Miss Boo Boo. Now, here's the deal. And see, this is why you're single, because you don't really know when to shut up.
What makes you think I'm single? This is what I'm talking about. You men project everything that you feel. You're single. I bet.
Here's the deal. And see, this is why you're single, because you don't really know when to shut
up.
What
makes you think I'm single? This is what I'm talking about. You men project everything that you feel. You're single. I bet between you and I, you're the single one. I bet you're single.
Do you see me hit my... Watch this. I forgot that I did this. This is great. I got to blow this up. This is awesome. I forgot, because, dude, she was driving me crazy. So this is great. Hang on a second. I just want you guys to watch my face. This is great. I forgot that I did this. I don't even have to show her. Just watch this. This is fucking classic. This is great. I forgot that I even did this. Watch this. Watch.
Oh, this is what I'm... Go on.
Thank you very much, Miss Boo Boo. Now, here's the deal. And see, this is why you're single, because you don't really know when to shut up.
What makes you think I'm single? This is what I'm talking about. You men project everything that you feel. You're single. I bet between you and I, you're the single one. I bet you're single. This is what I'm talking about. You're too bitter to have a normal conversation.
I forgot that I did that. I was like, dude, please, somebody shoot me in the face. Like, at this point, I was like, okay, come on. Like, dude, like, you can't get triggered by everything, right? I just want you to see. Listen, I'm going to play that part one more time. This dude, she goes absolutely mental. She goes absolutely mental. Hang on a second. This is great. I think this is the favorite part of the interview. This is awesome. Watch. She just loses it. She absolutely loses it.
Now, here's the deal. And see, this is why you're single, because you don't really know when to shut up.
What makes you think I'm single? This is what I'm talking about. You men project everything that you feel. You're single. I bet between you and I, you're the single one. I bet you're single. This is what I'm talking about. You're too bitter to have a normal conversation. And you're not going to talk at me, because I'm not your mama and I'm not your ex. You're going to respect me or not address me at all.
I only respect women who are worthy of respect. And to this point, she has not shown herself to be respectful or respect worthy. Listen, I show respect to women who are respectful. She's not respecter. She's not respectful. So I wasn't respectful. It is what it is.
Sweetheart, I'll address you however I want, because you're...
Okay, fuckboy, and I'll address you however I want. You want to be ignorant? I can be ignorant. Or I can be cordial. It's up to you. And you can go back to your video games if you like. It's all the same to me.
No, I mean, listen, I think to be fair, Donovan.
Now I'm trolling her.
But I think to be fair, she calls you Donovan. Donovan, you can call her Jen. There's nothing wrong with calling her.
You see this? Once again, TLA steps in. Now, to be fair, Jen's getting loud. Now look at Jen. Look at Jen. Look at how satisfied she is. Look at how satisfied she looks that another man is stepping in and defending her. This woman has called me fuckboy. You're bitter. You don't have a girlfriend. Blah, 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 blah. But as soon as I mention something lightly, honey, baby, sweetie, now Donovan, she calls you Donovan. TLA, she said my name once. She had not addressed me by my name. She had not really addressed me by my name, not one time. Meanwhile, I've called her Jen now 9 times. So again, I wouldn't expect TLA to understand what's really going. And I'm not saying that he's ignorant, but these are the kinds of things that men who are not familiar with our community and familiar with the way women work, this is why they miss this stuff. Look, dude, look at how satisfied look how satisfied Jen looks. All of a sudden now she's cool as a cucumber because once again, a man is stepping in to check another man. Yeah, he's way off code here, but that's okay. It is what it is.
Jen, Donovan.
Let me finish. I do have video games, Nintendo Switch.
Of course you do. Of course you do.
Yeah. Here's the deal, man.
And of course, now I showed that Nintendo Switch controller just to troll her. I don't have video games, guys. Listen, I don't have video games, guys. I have a Nintendo Switch, and I haven't even hooked it up yet. I told you guys, dude, I told you guys 3 weeks ago, I'm going to play Nintendo Switch. Dude, I have not had time for it. So all of a sudden, you don't know me, but now all of a sudden, she knows me, right? I play video games, and I'm single. Okay.
What it comes down to is this. The reason why most women believe that men cheat more than women do is mainly because most men are invisible to most women, okay? The bottom 90% of women, the bottom 90% of men are invisible to the bottom 90% of women. In other words, most men are invisible to most women. And so when you ask questions like, what percentage of men do you feel are sexually active? I don't know, 70, 80, 90%? You can watch podcasts all over. They ask these questions all the time. The answer is never that many. What they're thinking about are the top 10% of men. Of course they are. Of course women think men cheat more than women. They're thinking of the Michael B. Jordans, the attorney, high-value guys, Kevin Samuels, et cetera, et cetera. The point is...
I am Oching. Absolutely loved it.
The point is, and am I bitter? And I'll be honest with you.
See, and I kept it real here.
I used to be bitter. I'm not going to sit here and tell you that I never went through a bitter phase. Dude, I was very angry. But the day that I understood women, that's really the day that I came to love them. A man who truly hates women is a man who simply does not understand them. And to understand women, you have to be hurt by women. You have to be used by women. You have to be abused by women. This unfortunately, it's a necessary evil, but it is necessary. This doesn't mean women are good or bad, okay? Women are neither inherently evil, they are neither inherently good. Women are the ultimate survivors.
So Nile Valley's finest in that super chat said, man, I came a long way thinking this type of woman was attractive. This is the type that KS would call a, quote, stray. Yeah, maybe.
The hard drive is to survive. And to that end, this is why they act the way they act. My job is to make sure you mitigate as much damage as humanly possible by becoming the best version of yourselves and dealing only with the women that you see fit. It has nothing to do with anger or bitter or hatred. There are a lot of guys who do espouse that stuff. That's not me. I've never been that guy. That's just, and when I certainly wasn't on YouTube. I'm just trying to help men to become the best versions of themselves to avoid women like maybe you.
You don't know anything about me. You could never date me.
Oh, here we go.
You could never date me.
Probably not.
Okay. So is that my fault? Like,
no, not your fault.
See, you see, look. So now she's trying to trigger me. You could never date me. I was like, nope, probably not.
You could never date me.
Watch.
You could never date me.
Probably not.
Okay. So is that my fault? Like,
no. Not your fault.
Because let me tell you what's another problem.
Oh, here we go.
In society in general.
Here we go.
People do not ride their lane, okay? and they end up bitter and barking at people like you are today right here. They don't end up in their lane. Men.
I'm sorry, bitter and barking? Bitter and barking. So, what are we, 25 minutes into this interview? Who sounds bitter and barking? Who sounds bitter and barking? LP says, God damn, the Daggers DS is quick with it. Yeah. I'm an assassin. Like, I'm a fucking assassin, dude. I'll fucking scoop. I'll snipe it, then right back at it, and just watch the fireworks. It's great.
Men want women, okay, that they can't maintain, and women want men that they can't maintain. point blank, period. Then they get dragged through the mud, and then they hate everybody. Stay in your lane. You know what you live through. You know you're balding. I guarantee you have a gut. You play games all day. You're the biggest blurred, probably, that you freaking know, right?
Oh,
you're lying.
baby.
Get you a woman that wants a guy that plays video games all day, although he's in his 30s and 40s, doesn't work out, probably doesn't eat right, probably stinks. Stay in your lane.
Okay, so now she's definitely in her feelings. And remember, she says, you don't know me, blah, 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 blah. Okay, so, so she says, I play video games all day. Clearly not true. I was just kind of trolling her. So now I'm going to show you guys. Oh, look at this. She says, you probably don't work out. Well, Jen, if you're watching, I'm about to show you my home gym.
The garage.
Whoa, that's really loud.
All right. So when you open the garage, this is sort of a broad stroke of the place, and you guys can see. There's my security camera right there. Got security cameras all over the place. But yep, this is the TSR gym, guys. So let's go on in and have a look.
And don't worry,
I'm gonna close.
And don't worry, guys, I'm not gonna play this whole thing.
Close the door behind me, or close the garage door behind me. All right, so this right here is the door to my. That's the door to the inside. That's the laundry room. Usually come at it like this. So this is all of Devin's. This right here is all of Devin's. All of her girly stuff. You know, her. I guess those are medicine balls, throw down balls. She's got her.
By the way, Devin. Devin's my fake girlfriend. I have pink weights and purple medicine balls to give people the impression that I do have a girlfriend.
She's got her kettlebell. She hasn't used those weights, those pink and yellow weights. She hasn't used those in forever. She clearly where she keeps her box jump equipment, the most expensive. A lot of hot. One of Dev's favorite dumbbell sets. Got 85. But this is my. Obviously, the guy over there. I'll show you guys that in a minute.
Oh, wait a minute.
These are the first, just to get me at my heaviest.
There we go. So yeah. Listen, Jen was right. I did used to be a fat ass. Not a fat ass anymore.
And so I keep that in here for a reason. I was like, slide off the plane very much. She doesn't really sweat very much, and so she's at risk to pass out at any time. So before her personal trainer gets here, she'll circuit.
So there is the gym. So let's go back. Let's go back and listen to what Jen had to say one more time.
You know you're balding. I guarantee you have a gut. You play.
I guarantee you have a gut. Okay, so remember that. Whoops, that's not what I wanted to do. I guarantee you have a gut. You don't know me, but I guarantee you have a gut. I guarantee you have a gut. Right. Yeah, here we go. I guarantee you have a gut. Oh, maybe I do have a little bit of a gut, but sweetie, I think you could look at the screen. The screen and tell, even though I'm not where I want to be, I'm in pretty good goddamn shape. This woman had it. This bitch had me all wrong. She was wishing upon a star that I was the loser she was dreaming me to be. Because surely anyone with my talking points has to be a bitter loser who's out of shape and never lifts and plays video games all the time. Let's go back to what she said again here.
Games all day. You're the biggest blurred, probably, that you freaking know, right?
Oh,
you're lying,
baby.
Get you a woman that wants a guy that plays video games all day, although he's in his 30s and 40s, doesn't work out, probably doesn't eat right.
Doesn't work out. We just proved that. Doesn't work out. Hold on. Probably doesn't eat right.
Stay in your lane, and then you won't get mad at the women that rejected you. Same thing for the women. Same thing for the women. It's just like the followers of Derek Jackson.
Oh, wait a minute. I wanted to show her one more thing here. Probably doesn't work out. Probably doesn't exercise. this, sweetheart, hang on a second. This, what you guys are seeing on your screen, Jen, if you're watching, this is a 400-pound deadlift. This was Friday. That is 400 pounds. 400. Doesn't work out, plays video games, etc. etc. Let's go back to the action.
Half of them are fat, unattractive, and then they're mad at men because men don't want them to take advantage of them. Stay in your lane. I don't care what you look like, what you're into, what you want. Stay in your lane and you won't be online barking at people because of your bad experiences. I guarantee all the women that you've had bad experiences with were out of your league, or you couldn't tell, I'm not really feeling this dude. I'm going to get X, Y, and Z because he's a complete idiot. So I'm going to get X, Y, and Z. And you failed to see that. So you can't take that out on anybody else. Accountability and responsibility is yours. It's yours.
I preach accountability. Listen, you're right. I do. I preach personal accountability. I tell guys all the time, listen, you can't be a fat fuck living with your mama talking about I need a dime.
See, that shit hit her out of nowhere. See, she thought she knew who I was. And again, I can't blame her for thinking this. I cannot blame her for thinking this because I guarantee you, after the podcast, oh, this bitch absolutely checked my Instagram. She went and checked my Facebook. She went and checked my YouTube. Okay? And now she's feeling real creamy right now because she's like, okay, I called this guy all kinds of names, said he has a gut, he's out of shape, he doesn't work out, doesn't have a girlfriend, blah, 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 blah. As we can see, that was quite the opposite. Yeah, she went and she looked, and she did not expect me to come on here and say, listen, I hold guys accountable. And she said, do you? Yeah, and you guys know I talk about it all the time. And not only that, I am so staunchly against video games. It's ridiculous. A lot of my subscribers actually unsubscribe because I'm the guy that says, listen, unless you play video games for a living, if you are playing video games for more than 1 hour a day on average, you will not reach your full potential. Dude, I caught all kinds of heat for that. But this woman assumes that I play video games all day. Gotcha. Shout out to, Unique79 with another 1376. I love it. Says, give yourself a Don DeMarco.
Don DeMarco.
Appreciate that, Unique79. Thank you for that.
That's bullshit. But by the same, I do. I preach personal accountability. I tell guys all the time, listen, you can't be a fat fuck living with your mama talking about I need a dime. That's bullshit. But by the same token, if you're a woman and you're loud and boisterous like you are,
this is terrible.
You can't expect the high value.
I'm not with you.
Oh, here we go.
Rewind this video.
Look,
okay?
I'm like, oh, here we go.
Don't pull that bullshit with
She said rewind this video. That's what we did. Now she's really mad.
me. I reciprocate energy.
Very respectful.
Okay? I reciprocate energy. You called me out my name. I called you out of yours. I have never done that on this platform. I have never once done that on this platform. A dog walk in, I can go bitch mode. Don't play with me. Don't pull that card. You came in like a complete bitch ass nigga, and I'm responding.
Ad hominem
attacks. Gentlemen, and that's how I will respond. Don't pull that with me.
Yeah.
Don't pull that with me. You're not gonna be slick. Don't pull that.
Okay, bitch, now you're out of pocket, lady. Like, seriously, bitch, you're out of pocket. Bitch, you ain't black. Okay? You ain't black, sweetheart. Just because you fuck niggas don't give you the right to call black people niggas, bitch. You don't get to do that. That's some disrespectful, out-of-pocket shit. But it also means
You lose.
yeah, that's it. That's it, man. That's like, and again, where is TLA? I call her honey or baby. Now, Donovan. This woman just, dude, she says you came in here like a bitch in heat. You're a bitch ass nigga. You play video games. You have a gut, this and that. Nothing. Fucking crickets. Crickets. This woman is out of pocket. This woman is out of pocket, and no one is stepping in to check this bitch except for me.
With me. You came in here like a bitch in heat, and I
She said it again.
reciprocated. So don't tell me I'm loud and boisterous now.
You are loud and boisterous.
I'm loud and with you. And that's why you're bitter about women, because this is the
bitter about
energy
women.
you give them, and they give it back, and then you want to point the finger at them.
Hold on. It kind of sounded kind of there at the end that you guys were kind of, it kind of sounded a little bit like you guys were kind of saying the same thing. It sounded like
we were not saying the same thing. And listen, credit to TLA. Credit to TLA. He knew that this chick was about to blow a gasket. He knew that this was about to be like critical mass type shit. So he said, all right. Hold on, time out. He actually stepped in at the right time. Watch this. Look, watch this. He said, all right. Okay, that's enough. Watch.
Hold on. It kind of
Ho.
It kind of there at the end that you guys were kind of, it kind of sounded a little bit like you guys were kind of saying the same thing.
Listen, shout out to TLA. Shout out to TLA, man. Like, he came in and rescued her.
It sounded like Donovan was and you, Jen, both of y'all were saying, listen, both the men and the women need to get their stuff together.
I'm still smiling.
Right?
This is
men
funny.
need to be in shape, get their finances together.
Right.
Women need to be in shape, maybe be a little feminine, right? It kind of sounds like, you know, we kind of, even though we started very far apart, we kind of willed our way together.
Well, this is the real Jen. This is who she is. So.
All right. So it looks like you guys, even though it doesn't seem like it from the energy, you guys kind of ended up in the same place.
I think we have the right mindset. I think, and Kevin says this all the time, men and women are better together, man. And you want to know something, man? Like, I did the player days. I was out in Vegas, you know, dude, strippers and blowing all that. It was a good time. But that life damn near swallowed me up. And the interesting thing is as much of a magic carpet ride that 8.5 years in Sin City was, my life now in a relationship, though it has different challenges, my life is 10 times better. Is it as exciting? Well, no, I'm 44. I'm not 34, right? A funny thing happens when you have a lot of experiences.
I'm just keeping it real here.
With women, good or bad. You grow up. You kind of grow out of it. Listen, man, I showed my video game controller just to kind of troll you. Dude, this is a Nintendo Switch. I've been meaning to play this. I don't have time to play video games. You want to know why?
You can't troll me. I think you're corny, so you can't troll me. I knew you had a video game console.
Here we go.
I knew
Here
you played video games. How did I know that? How did I know that without asking?
See, I knew you played video games. I just told her I don't play video games. Listen. Oops. This is the video game console. It's not hooked up. I've been wanting to hook it up, just don't have time, right? So I cooled off, but she's still on some bullshit.
Hold on now, probably Obama plays video games. Like
that was funny when he said Obama played video games.
Come on, video games. That's
playing video games and dudes that sit in dungeons like he has and play video games. There's a difference. I don't have a beef with video games, but this dude is a dungeon video game player. I know.
First of all, this is not a dungeon. Wait, Jen, come on now. Wait, Jen, hold on. You're a content creator too. You know that's a nice studio that Donovan has.
Okay, no, Jen is not a content creator. Okay, like, listen, there's a difference. There's a difference. There are YouTubers and there are content creators. Jen is a YouTuber. I am a content creator. Speaking of which, let's just take a look here, because Jen didn't really get to see the full breadth of the dungeon that I play video games in all day. So we're gonna give Jen a little tour of the video game dungeon. Yeah, here we go. So Jen, if you're watching, this is the dungeon. Yes, 6 screens. I've got moving camera sliders. I actually have 5 of them at this point. This is my video game dungeon. As you can see, I don't know where I would put the video game consoles, but hey, this is it. My podcasting studio is a world-class, state-of-the-art studio. This is the view that I have right now. This is my dungeon. I wonder if video game dungeons have camera sliders. I wonder if they have that. I wonder if they have Wonder if they have sound pads, soundproofing. Yeah, it is a hell of a dungeon, isn't it? Ah, that's trippy, right? That actually leads to the dungeon. There's Piston Honda, of course. Just giving you a broad stroke of the place. So there is my video game dungeon.
Shout out to the production.
I don't give a shit what she thinks. But what you guys are seeing here is that she's continuing the name calling, even though I went respectful. So you can continue to act like the pit bull you are. I'm going to keep my cool because the mask is off. We know who you are. You're loudmouth.
Right. Well, you're a bitch ass nigga.
Oh, yep, she said it again.
Got that right.
The mask are off. The mask are off.
Absolutely.
You're a bitch ass bitter nigga. It's okay that you guys run
Jesus,
rampant.
the N-word. Gosh.
You guys run rampant on social media. You guys run rampant on social media. You're all in Kevin Samuels' comments like, yes, get him. I know your type. I know who you are.
Baby, you don't know who I am. I'm not in Kevin Samuels' comments, bitch. I'm in Kevin Samuels' phone. You dig? You understand that? You understand that, Jen? Like, listen, let this be a lesson to, and just, you know, for those of you just joining, listen, man, I'm going to name drop. Okay? Kevin's one of my best friends. I've known him for almost 5 years. We talk every day about all kinds of stuff. I talked to him before and after I made this appearance. You don't know me, she says, but I know you play video games. I know you've got a gut. You be all in Kevin Samuels' comments. Nope, not really. Don't need to be. Don't need to be. If by all in Kevin Samuels' comments means that I text back and forth with Kevin and talk to him, yeah, maybe. But like bitches like this have to really look before they leap. They really, really, really do.
Sweetie, I've known
I know who you are. Twitter is hell.
Samuels for 4
Twitter
years.
is mad as hell. Twitter and mad as hell. Go play your game.
All right, listen. I think there's some friction here, but you guys ended up saying pretty much the same thing.
No, Jen just called me names. I came with logic. That's why she lost the argument. That's why.
Well, I mean, Donovan, hold on, wait, Jen, hold up, Jen. Names too. All right, you call her Honey Boo Boo and this and that. So let's be fair.
Are you fucking kidding? Let's be fair. Again, listen, man, I got nothing but respect for TLA. This woman called me a bitch ass nigga 4 times. I called her honey and baby and boo boo, and you're gonna say let's be fair. And I don't know, maybe this is, listen, TLA probably has never had to deal with this before. So listen, I'll give him credit on that. But this was not, there was nothing fair about this. This woman yelled at me for 34 minutes. I came with logic. The worst name I called her was a pit bull. Really. This woman called me the N-word 3-4 times. 3-4 times. Called me all kinds of names and all kinds of stuff. All of a sudden, okay, let's be fair. No, that's a negative. I think this was, yeah.
Here, man, I call everybody this.
Donovan, come on. Now listen, I know, listen, Donovan, I know in a lot of parts of the manosphere.
Hold on. I'm being real with you. I call my sisters my
Donovan,
mom.
you know that she said, I don't know. We do that sometimes.
When I saw it, made her upset. Yeah, I was.
There's risks on both sides. Maybe women exploit men, but sometimes men exploit women. And I can tell you as a 20-year divorce attorney, there are some men that exploit women, right?
Yeah, what are the percentages?
Uh-oh. Here we go.
The percentages of what? The exploitation?
Yeah, like, I mean, you're an attorney. Well, I don't know. It depends on what you define as exploitation.
That's exactly right, Donovan. I mean, exploitation, you can define exploitation in a number of ways, right?
Well, I don't. Well, that's what I'm asking you. What do you? And this is an honest question. Like, what do you like in your professional opinion? When one person, regardless of race, exploits another in a divorce, what exactly does that entail?
I'm doing this on purpose. I'm leading him down the path under the guise of being curious about this. And he did the right thing. He was a lawyer about it.
It can entail a lot of things. It can entail, let's say in the divorce process, for example, maybe some parental alienation when you're turning the kids against, let's say, the father.
The father.
Maybe denying the father
the father.
50-50 custody.
Right.
Maybe taking more than your fair share of the alimony and the child support.
Okay.
It could absolutely.
In your experience, which gender does this more, men or women?
The law allows the women to do it more. Absolutely.
My case.
That's
Your
it.
Honor. Well, Your Honor. Hey, buddy.
No, I mean that's an absolute fact. Down on the it's the.
I'll say one more thing and I'll jump.
Yeah.
A lot of people, feminism.
Now, Simeon Harden, with the $5 Canadian, comes to my defense. He says, number one, Donovan is married.
Nope.
I am not married for the last time. Jesus Christ. Oh, my God. Yeah. No, I'm not married. Number two, no, I never yelled at her. Number three, he's right. There are a lot of gamers that are millionaires. Number four, he's a gamer and he makes $90K a year and he's married. Okay, all right. Well, he's an exception to the rule, but I got you.
For example, they like to say, oh my God, feminism is bad and this and that and the other, and women are terrible. No, women are not terrible, okay? Feminism, fourth wave feminism is terrible. First wave feminism, I believe there was actually a good purpose. With first wave feminism, women simply wanted a choice, okay? They wanted to say, listen, man, not every woman is cut out to be a mother or a housewife. Fine, it gave them a choice. Now women can vote, now they can go into the workplace. What second, third, and fourth wave feminism has done is it's destroyed the family. It's destroyed the family, and it's to me, it's sad to see, man. Not only has it destroyed the family, what it has done is it has made men afraid to even interact with women. Women are now claiming sexual assault if a guy just looks at her funny, or if a guy asks her.
See, do you see you see her facial expression? She's like, what? And this is what you would expect from her because she doesn't know, nor should she. Like, women don't pay attention to the plights of men. They have their own plights. Like, I wouldn't expect her to know. But again, her expression and reaction just tells you that women really don't know what's going on out here. They really don't.
Or out, or what they call catcalling. And I used to be hard on guys who checked out of the sexual marketplace because I used to be one of those guys. Hey guys, listen, looking like a guy like me, dude, if I can bang hot girls in Vegas, anybody can. But again, with time comes introspection. A lot of times what a lot of guys like us have to understand is that some guys don't know what it's like when there were actually traditional gender roles. I'm a child of the 80s. I watched Mr. T. I watched Knight Rider. My favorite actors were conventionally masculine guys. Things could not be more different today. Not only that, men have absolutely no role models.
There you go.
No, especially in the Black community, 3 out of 4 of us are born out of wedlock. And so what this has done is this has created a generation of men that is not only resentful, but they're afraid to deal with women. And the reason why they're afraid to deal with women is because of condescending women like Jen, respectfully. I mean that respectfully, Jen.
All right. Do you have any comment on that, Jen?
I reciprocate energy and language at the end of the day. How many times have I been here? How many conversations have I had with different men? You've never seen this, but I will reciprocate, and I'm not going to be shamed for reciprocating.
Yeah, hold on. Let me just say, listen. His last comment was, he was not giving you any negative energy. He was just making a comment. So
I kind of was, though, right? Like, in Jen's defense, I was kind of ribbing her, and I did this every time. Like my strategy here was the strategy that Sugar Ray Leonard enacted against Marvin Hagler. Okay, he would box for the first 2 minutes and 50 seconds. Then when he hears the 10-second warning, that's when he unleashes a flurry of combination to win the round. That's how he won the fight by decision. That's the strategy that I had. All that being said, I did call her Jen respectfully.
I guess I was asking if you had any comment on what his last comment was.
Oh no, I was just addressing when he said I was condescending.
Okay. No, I see what you're saying.
It's just an opinion of mine.
All right. Well, I'm glad we got to the place where, it seems like both of you guys are saying that, there really needs to be an accountability on both sides.
I like debates like this. I think people with opposing views, we have to talk because, believe it or not, and I can't believe I'm saying this, I actually learned a little something talking to Jen. I mean, I know, all kinds of stuff was going on, but with every conversation, especially with a debate, yeah, you kind of learn what's really going on the other side, if you will. So,
and what I learned is that there are non-black women who call black men bitch-ass niggas. Who knew?
I appreciate you having me on, Jen. I appreciate you debating with me.
No problem. Well, thank you so much, Donovan, for coming on. Y'all know who Donovan is, one of the OGs in this space. Shout out to Donovan Sharpe. Y'all see his name right there. Y'all know who he is.
Now watch this little exchange here. Watch this little exchange. This is actually quite funny.
Mr. Boo Boo from now on, Jen.
Mr. Boo Boo.
Same to you.
All right. Thank you so much.
So a little lighthearted humor. There at the end. The lighthearted humor there at the end. Majnat says flawless victory. Listen, I had to feel her out a little bit in the first round, but after I figured out what was really going on, I perfected my strategy. Blackmail Media, $2 says she yells you're single, but then says you project. Right, of course. Hoop Jargon, $5 says perfect perspective. These women are so used to talking to us however they want and dictate the terms of engagement. Wrong answer. Real talk. Street Fighter 88, $5 says notice how she started to lash out as soon as you were about to make your statistical points. Absolutely. Who wants to date a 47-year-old loudmouth? Bia. I would rather play in traffic blindfolded. Damn. Sheldon Ross, $5 says, hey, would it have been wrong of you to call out the lawyer dude for white knighting? This chick threw 100 insults, and that dude didn't say a word. That's his platform. And I'm just, listen, I was being respectful, and I had to understand what we have to understand. And Kevin talks about this all the time. What we're going to have to understand is that male content creators simply do not think the way we do. This is not a bad thing. It is very important for us to cross over and, go into enemy territory, if you will. In other words, go onto non-men-centric platforms in order to spread the message. Otherwise, it's kind of a big circle jerk. We're all guesting on each other's podcasts and this and that and the other. This is how Kevin has gotten big. Kevin's been on Tasha K. She's not men-centric. He's been everywhere. He's been on No Jumper. None of those are men. That's not men-centric content. Yet this has increased his profile 100-fold. Now, that wasn't my intent going on to here. I was just doing work, and I saw that they were talking about the whole Abba and Preach Fresh and Fit thing and just decided to observe. But when Jen started talking about like dating and giving advice for men, I was like, no, like, you're wrong, sweetheart. So yeah, it would have been wrong for me to call him out for the white knighting on his programming. So that's fine. But you have to understand that not all men think and act the way we do. And I understood that. That's really why I didn't get mad. Izelle, Watch Menace Rogers, welcome to chat. Privileges! At Izelle, Watch Menace Rogers, to welcome him to the family. If you would, at Watch Menace Rogers, put your age and location in the chat. Put your age and location in the chat. And look, Jen has a genuine smile on her face. It was a nice little joust, and things got heated in the back and forth, but in the end, we're like, hey, you know what? Fuck you too. We all had a good laugh. It's all good. Peter Holtz, welcome to Tap Privileges. At Peter Holtz, to welcome him to the family. Peter, if you would, age and location in the chat. In case one of us is close by, we can grab a beer. Wait a minute. Hold up. Black Goku Zero says, typical childish female behavior. When she can't defeat you, she resorts to the sign language. I think I had a couple of other super chats that got scrolled up. Let me quickly pull those up. That's what I like about YouTube now, is that even if I do miss the super chats, I can still go back in. And I can read all of them. So give me 2 seconds. There we go. All right, there we go. Okay, here we go. Okay, so Ken Lynch, with another $5 super chat, says it became a counterproductive argument instead of a rational debate because she was triggered. Yeah, probably. Mike T, $5 says that bitch's masculine energy is over 9,000. TBE Trucking, $5 says you need to go on more all-black programs so they can hear this perspective. A lot of the black males on these programs don't talk like you. No, they don't. I've tried that before, man. I don't know, man. I've thought about doing it. I didn't have a very good experience. I didn't have a very good experience the first time around. I just didn't, man. You know, I mean, I just got, like, I was actually trying to help people. People were just calling me names, man. And so I was like, you know what? Fuck it. If they don't want my help, then fuck them. I was like, dude, I'm not, and don't get me wrong, man. Like, I guess I'll make appearances here and there, but it gets really, really difficult to, stay on task when most people in the chat are just throwing insults at you. When I was doing O'Shea's show, dude, I went a whole month without I had said, all right, you know what? I'm not looking at the chat because it was just nothing but fucking hate. It was ridiculous. Adrian Tapia. Oh, wait, I'm sorry. Blackmail Media, $5 says she will not F these guys. She said on the show, Myron was unattractive and he's a 6 foot for a millionaire. Adrian Tapia says, I live with 3 women at home, from my mother to my sister. Everything I learned from the manosphere is true. I see it every day in my household. Absolutely. Absolutely. Okay. So it looks like we're caught up on those. Wait, where did I? Oh, there it is. Okay, got it. Okay, cool. Cool, very good. Devin says she's Puerto Rican according to her IG. Yeah, it became very obvious that she was Puerto Rican. Like, it was like as soon as I heard her talk, I was like, yep, this is definitely Boricua. That's for sure. Is she a Boricua? Nah, I don't think she has any black in her. She doesn't have any black in her, not that I know of. Anyway, you have any? That's a pickup line. You got any black in you? You want some? But fun debate. She was way out of pocket a lot, but it is what it is, man. It is what it is. I had a lot of fun. I did. I came in a little hot, but then I sort of calmed it back down. So yeah, if she's making hit videos on us, I can definitely listen, man. I definitely have the most attractive haters. Definitely have the most attractive haters, because my first hater was Joy Isabel. My second hater was Lisa Faye. God help her. Then of course it was H's letter H / Helena. And I guess if she's making stories about me on IG, I guess that's how that is. So. Okay, so I'm going to take about a 10-minute break. And we are going to I guess what we're going to do is we're going to do the dating show breakdowns. We're going to do the dating show breakdowns. And pardon me. I'm going to do the dating show breakdowns where I talk about things, etc., etc. We're breaking down the Temptation Island season 3 and Love Island season 1. Those have been an absolute blast. I just figured something out. So I'm wearing socks here in the studio because my feet get really cold. Even though I've got the AC on blast, I'm hot. I think wearing socks makes me hot. Makes me hot. Incredible stuff. Come on. Dang it. There we go. Had to get the facial ID there. That is going to do it. Wait a minute. Hang on a second. That's weird. There we go. Okay. I was wondering where the view was. That's going to do it for this edition of TSR Live. Thank you all very much for tuning in. Go to sharpstream.com right now to download the SharpStream app to watch the dating show breakdowns. Thanks for watching, guys. We'll see you next time. Get thousands of hours of content not found anywhere on patreon.com/DonovanSharpe. Link in description. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Oi, it's Love Island in the UK. What you thinking? With an F. What are you thinking? Hashtag Hannah. And we all know why. If I dump Devin, it'll be for Hannah. Oh, wait a minute. Of course, I forgot to turn on camera 5. Like Gordon Ramsay, 2 seconds. 2 seconds. Turn off camera 4, camera 1. Oop, nope. Camera 1, turn on camera 5. There we go. All right. There we go. All right. Okay. So, I have morphed back into the mild-mannered Alex Hopkins. I morphed into the, I saved the day, ran into the phone booth, and became mild-mannered Alex Hopkins. But if trouble were to arise, and a bitch needs to be checked, we go Vice City Donovan. I go into a phone booth, I do a line or two, and then I become Super Donovan? Vice City Donovan. So, welcome one and all to the Temptation Island, / Love Island breakdown. If you want to watch for free right now, all you have to do, go to sharpestream.com, where you can download the app absolutely free. There is no charge to you. You can download the app absolutely free. Doesn't matter if you have an iPhone or an Android. You can download the app absolutely free and watch my dating show breakdowns. I can only live stream this to SharpeStream. I can't live stream this anywhere else. This is exclusively on SharpeStream. So go to sharpestream.com to download the download the SharpeStream app to watch the upcoming dating show breakdown. So I say goodbye to my D-Live audience. I say goodbye to my backup YouTube channel audience. Thank you guys for joining me. I say farewell to my Facebook audience, all 2 of you watching. Shout out to my Twitch audience. Going to say goodbye to you guys as well. MGTOW.TV. Oh, cool. Our Xfinity pods came. Good. MGTOW.TV and Manosphere.TV. So long to you. And, of course, so long to my main YouTube audience, sharpestream.com, to download the mobile app. I'm going to wait till I get the all clear from Dev, and we will get this purty started. Damn, that was fast. We're clear on YouTube already? I didn't think... Hold up. No, we're not. We're still up. You know what? Every once in a while... yeah, it's fine. Every once in a while, Restream will not end the stream. I actually have to go in and end it manually. So it looks like that's what I'm going to have to do here. Go live. Yeah, there it is. Yeah, it's still live. So let me go in here. I'm ready to get this party started. So we're clear on the big YouTube channel. Bingo bongo.